where the fuck is this Rams challenge? I am so like we protested and did not do an episode because we were waiting for this stupid Rams gated moment challenge thing to drop. And you know what? Fine. You win, Dapper. We give up. We're back with another episode because we just could not keep waiting for you to finally deliver on this, which apparently is never going to happen. Not that I'm bitter or anything, but yeah,
No.
like what happened with? Remember that? Like, hey, buy this Rams moment, and you're going to get access to like some cool drops later in the year. Whatever.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
No,
Maybe you
did
should have
not.
bought the Jets one instead because you actually got tickets.
I could have got tickets to a Jets game at least. I mean, they've been giving away Rams tickets too, but it's like we don't live in LA. Spoiler alert. So I'm not, well, anyway. So
and who wants to see the Baker show right now? Really, that bad?
I mean,
anyway, we'd see it, but I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point being is like all these team moments, they were supposed to have some type of utility at some point.
Yep.
Nothing. And I understand that it wasn't going to, like, my understanding is it's not going to carry to next year, right?
Well, right, because next year, like, all these moments, all these, like, disjointed moments are going away, and we're going to have unified art team moments starting next year, so it's all going to be, something new. So yeah, I don't know, like, they completely butt fumbled this thing. This is like the old punt to the butt of NFTs right here.
It's a butt punt. Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Butt punt.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I think that they got in a little bit over their heads and they kind of had to cut their losses. And the team moments, I mean, go back and watch the old videos. I mean, the team moments are fucking whack. I mean, they're just like, they're not that good.
No.
It's just like, and we, I took a gamble on one. You took a gamble on a couple maybe.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, it's
bullshit.
going to be good luck selling me on these team moments down the line. I mean, I have to see these things in action before I'm actually going to buy one.
I think the only way they can save it is if they make people who bought these team moments get access to the three moments of the butt fumble, the butt punt, and the hail moron, the Patriots pass to Chandler Jones where he took it for a touchdown. I think they need to make those three special edition moments. And if you were dumb enough to buy and hold these team moments, you get gated access and priority queuing for those three moments.
I like it. it. But do you have to have a legendary, or do you have to? I mean,
I think to get I think it should be different levels, right? So the butt fumble is your common level, the butt punt is your rare, and then if you were dumb enough to buy a legendary, then you get the legendary dumb play of the
Jacoby
backwards
Myers
pass to Chandler. Yeah, Jacoby Myers completion to Chandler Jones for a TD.
I like it. Hey, I think you got yourself a little something going on there. I think you got a stew.
I do. I got myself a stew. I think I need to get a job at Dapper, and I need to get these folks going right. Like they need to just like get their shit together. Anyway,
they do. I mean, here's the thing. What did you really get? I mean, this moment, I'm looking at this thing. It looks like, it's not that great.
It's not, but you don't even know what. Can I just say one thing? This thing has kept better value than any other moment. Like, look at this. This thing sold, the legendary sold for $700, and you cannot get one for under that still. So
because everybody forgot about it. Nobody remembers they have it to sell it.
Let's see if any have even sold. Oh no, 3 and 4 months ago, there's some
3 and 4 months ago. It was like week 2.
No one even remembers that they have these.
No. They're probably like a bunch of people with like high level accounts, and they bought them.
Look at this. Elephant Man 222 bought number 1 for $2,500.
Hey man, right there. I mean, he could get, the butt punt. He could turn into, maybe they should give him the number 1 butt punt.
This is like someone taking a hot steamer, putting the number 1 on it and selling it for $2,500. That's what Elephant Man 222 bought. Like, you just bought a big sack of shit but hey, it's the number 1 sack of shit you bought. So congratulations.
It's a sack of shit with a big 1 on it.
It certainly is. It's the highest cereal sack of shit. It's not a jersey number sack of shit. That'd be number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, and outside of these Rams moments, there's a few other ones that, and I don't want to go down the team moments because we've been gone for a while. I don't want to go down to the team moment thing too far, but there's some other ones that
there's the Jets,
we're going for
the
a pretty
Dolphins,
penny.
The Texans, the Giants. There's these Bengals and these. Maybe, you know what? Okay, let me just say, what if these could maybe
Maybe we
like,
just
if you
stumbled
wanted
onto
to be
something.
sneaky, you might want to buy the old AFC and NFC championship moments from last year.
Yeah.
Like, do you think like those could actually like? I mean, Dapper is just like crazy enough that, I mean, look, it's less than a rare, it's more than a common, but for $42, you could get one of each. You never know. Like those
You know,
might
I think
actually come in during the playoff run.
I think before we put this video out, I think what we do is we go in there and we buy them.
I'm
And
going
then we
to.
bitch really loud on Discord. Oh, we're not no team moments. Oh, and then you know what? Then they'll be like, oh, we should probably do those.
I mean, if we were really smart, we'd go out there, buy the whole floor up. You know, like buy a bunch of them.
Would we be
then go
really
bitch.
smart if we bought the entire floor of team moments that haven't done absolutely anything?
No, we
I don't
would
know if
just
that's
be
really.
dumb. We would
Yeah,
just be dumb.
I think we would just have the floor of the
We would
of
just
a really
be
bad market.
whoever's selling these team moments would be like, "Oh, thank God, some idiot bought these from me."
Yeah, I didn't even know I was selling it anymore.
Yeah, they'd be like, "I don't know, man. $22 just showed up in my Dapper account for some reason. I don't know. I don't understand."
Probably wouldn't be able to figure out how it got there.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'll say it right now. I will go out. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy one each of these things. You know why? Because I want my sack of shit. I want my butt fun. I want my butt fumble, and I want my Hail Moron moments. And I just want to, make sure I got those coming to me.
When
All
was
right.
the last time one of those AFC and NFC sold?
Oh my God.
When was the last time?
Let's see. When was the last time that? Let's look at the Bengals. Let's look at the listing details. Let's see. The last time a Bengals team championship moment sold was 2 days ago for $21.
Ooh.
So look, see. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Rafal's. Oh gosh. Anyway, this guy. He's
Rafal.
on to something. Look at he bought one for one bought for $5.
Ooh.
So there's some people out there who are who like
Maybe
collecting.
just sold it to himself. Maybe switched accounts or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but look, like this guy bought.
I mean, who's
3,
checking
so
them?
There's some speculation going on out here.
Yeah,
There's been
maybe
quite
a little
few
bit.
bought in December.
I mean, my question is, does Sniper even pick this stuff up?
No, because they're team moments.
Right.
So you just got to go out there and just like peek.
Right.
I don't
Got
know.
it.
You never know.
All right.
You never know.
Yeah. Team
Never know.
moments. Yeah. So we've been gone for a while.
Yeah, we have.
We pretty much gave up on the market for a while because we were protesting and we didn't eat a lot and
Yeah.
we did a food protest and the whole damn thing. But
Did not work.
we decided to come back.
Yeah.
I think our last one was December 1st. So we thought, maybe we aimed for January 1st and well, shit, that didn't happen either. So we landed on January, I think, what is it, the 2nd?
Yeah, we're
So-
a day, so
We're a day late. So
Yeah,
no
that's all right.
no big surprise there.
no
So-
big deal.
So let's talk about what the hell's been going on in the last month. I mean,
Yeah.
let's.
So
what do you
Playbook
want to
came
start
back.
with?
right?
Playbook did
That
come
was-
back.
that was
think it
big.
came back a little bit before that, but
I think so too. I think it had just come back when we were doing our last video. So let's take a moment. Let's reflect on a month of Playbook. Have you been participating? I've been. What's been really interesting to me is that a lot of the big dogs, right? Like the big, the top 20, the top 50 holders aren't participating in Playbook. Like they just are not interested.
fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Here's the thing. It's kind of like an ex-girlfriend. It's a lot, It's
Yeah.
like you're dealing with a lot of it's like getting a bunch of text messages and they're showing up at your door. There's just a lot of effort that goes into it. I have to admit that I have recently, I was doing well for a while, and then I've missed a few. And I think what some of these high level holders are thinking is, let's just buy the fucking moment instead of managing this thing.
Well, right.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
So
It is.
again, I like what they're doing and I like their detail. The thing that I think that jumps out to me the most is that they're starting on Thursday and they're ending after Monday, and it just seems odd. People are into football on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's when you want to have everything kind of going, and people are off on the weekend. I feel like maybe if they did, if they just do a Thursday challenge and do a Monday challenge. I think they were doing that at one point, and then they have the Sunday ones, and then you can get your moments and you can get everything set on Sunday. That to me would seem more in line, because I feel like I've missed some because I forgot on Thursday, so then I missed everything. I miss all those points, and then then I got to catch it on Tuesday. I don't even know what day it ends on. It's always got some random countdown on it. I can never seem to follow.
It ends on Thursday. I mean, so yeah, the one problem though is that like it ends like there's like things going on right up until the next playbook drops. So like one of the things that I think that like I've seen like people complaining about, and there's been some like back and forth about, is that it's like there's no break between playbooks, right? So like if you're playbook 13 is run, and then the minute it stops, the minute all the submission and burning and stuff ends, 14 drops. Yes. And so if you were like selling a bunch of stuff in 13 and trying to get rid of stuff, and now all of a sudden it became part of the 14 challenge, there was no chance for you to delist. There was no chance to like, kind of make some adjustments for a little bit before that next playbook drops. And so a lot of people are getting like screwed in the sense of like, they had something listed for sale, and then all of a sudden, it was for the last one, and then something, the new one drops, and then people buy it right away. And so there's no chance to go in and like alter your strategy. So I've seen that that's like a big concern, or, something that people are kind of feeling like is not done well.
There's a fucking lot going on. There's just a lot going on.
It is a lot to manage,
And then on top of that, you're burning, and nobody wants to, burn a couple rares just to burn a couple rares. So I think there's also that idea of, I want to make sure I complete everything, and then you got to go back and make sure you've burned everything. And then, one time I had an instance where, a certain part of the challenge ended 15 minutes before the end of the challenge, and then I could still burn my moments, but I couldn't get one. It's like stuff is ending at random times. And I will say this, one of the things that I find the most challenging is when I'm going through the list of all the challenges, I find it hard to get back to, and maybe I'm just dumb, but I find it hard, like, as I complete one challenge, one portion of the challenge, and then I want to get to the next one. It almost feels like there should be a next button, and as you complete it, it should just populate. It seems like it should be more user-friendly. Do you sense?
No, I mean, it's tough because
it's wonky.
One of the big things too is it's like really hard to know. Like, you want to know, like, it's hard too because it's like you don't get the points until the contest ends, but you want to know, like, how many points do I have? Is it worth me to go out and burn these moments or buy these moments, or should I be thinking about that?
Sure.
And it's like I mean, I get it. It's like, it's not the end of the world, but it's like you have to do the math basically, right? So if you want to go, like, for instance, if I'm in challenges and I want to go, or let's I'm sorry, I should look at, I guess, can I bring up Playbook through?
No.
I mean, here's some of the Playbook stuff, right? So it's like I come in here and it's like, I won't say a Playbook obviously because I'm not logged in, but point being, that's like, even when you're looking at your Playbook, it's like you see now they've done it where you see how many yards you actually have and then how many you potentially could have. And I just feel like if you submit the moments, like, I know that I could sell them and like negate my entry, but it's like, just give me the points. And then, like, when the, like, show me how many points I would have so that I can figure out like where I'm at, because some of these challenges too are like, you have to pick a game right. So it's like, if you don't get the game right, you don't get the points. And so you're kind of running around trying to figure out how many points you need or how many this, and it's, I don't know. I've been trying to think of like a better way for them to do that, but it's complicated. They've made it very complicated because it's like some of it's performance based on the games. Some of it is just like, have this set.
Right.
Some of it is like the Monday night game. Some's the Sunday night game. Some's the Thursday night game. So there's just a lot to keep track of. I get it. That's probably, like you said, why a lot of people, especially if you're like one of the big dogs, you're just like, I make more per hour than, like these moments, like altogether are going to cost like what, $200? Like, it'll take me more time and more effort than it would to just spend $200 and buy those moments from ding-dongs that are dumping them in a week anyway. So.
Right. I think if you go back to challenges, if you go back one step, I feel like right here.
Yeah.
I feel like, you see how it's got the bar across like 0 of 3? I feel like you should be able to do your challenge like almost within here. It's like almost like if you've got the, like, instead of like picking the moments, it almost feels like there just needs to be like an auto, like, it searches it, do I got it, and you just kind of like, it finds the 14 moments for you, kind of like, and you just go down the list, and it's kind of like a quick thing. I mean, it needs to be like, I need to be able to scroll down this,
Yep.
I need to be able to complete the moments in here instead of like going in and then backing out. And it's like when you try to back out and get back to this, it always seems like weird. It never really goes back like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always getting lost and turned around. And
well, and it's
I don't
tough
know.
too because it's like you have all of these like holiday crafting challenges mixed in with the playbook challenges, so it's like, and they're not really the same, like they. So I get it.
Yes.
It's not great, but at the same time, I think there's probably people who would argue like, I don't want to have to go to 5 different places. Like, why can't I just see everything in one place? So I don't know. Like,
I feel like playbook should be playbook and
challenges should be challenges. I think that's what's
Maybe.
confusing, right? Like playbook isn't playbook. Playbook is a collection of challenges that show up under challenges, but then are part of playbook. Versus these are just challenges that do crafting things. So it's like I think some of the terminology gets like mixed up.
yeah, you're losing me already.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you this, and I'm trying to remember, but I feel like the original playbook
Yeah.
was better, and I don't remember exactly how it went down. Do you remember?
No.
I just remember thinking with the original playbook, I got mad because they would never do defense.
Yeah.
And they would never use team moments. But it always felt like it was cleaner and easier, but there wasn't as much involved.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there was something that went right in the original. And it's very convoluted now. And I like that they're adding more football to it.
The original.
I
don't
like
think
what
the
they're
original
adding,
had two levels. The original had one level, and then as you progressed, you got to the like bigger stuff at the end. So the other thing too was remember the original gave you like a pack of like a pack of moments versus now you just earn individual moments and you know who you're getting, right? Like it's not.
I think that's good though. I like getting packs. I still like getting packs, but I like that they're doing like special moments now because I feel like if you just give away packs, you're just killing the market.
Right. Well, yeah, those packs. What was happening is like if people weren't getting someone that they wanted, like you know who you want. Like I think what they've done here is smart. Is that you know what you're getting, right? So it's like if I do it this week, I know who my reward is at 65 yards and 100 yards and whatever. And if I want it, then I'll go for it. And if I don't, then I won't. And you don't have as many people as when you just get random people and then they just get dumped on the market. Like I don't know, Donovan People-Jones, right? Where he's like right now he's like one of the main reward guys, and so of course the market's just flooded with them because there's everybody's getting one every single week. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on Playbook? I mean, I guess I feel like outside of keeping track of it, yeah, I like it. You know, I like I like some of the moments that they've done. I do feel as though that. And maybe it's just the way it's going to be, but I do feel like it feels like there's still some players that could use some moments. And maybe they're not high-level guys, but, again, as a Jaguars fan, I'm going to say Trayvon Walker only has a legendary.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we've done, I don't know how many different, Aaron Rodgers we've done. I don't know how many Tyreek Hills we've done, how many Joe Burrows we've done. And those are the guys. But, again, if you just keep putting out so many moments of those same guys.
I hear you, but what I'll say is like Trayvon's been hurt a bit, and he hasn't performed quite to the level of like, for instance, Aiden Hutchinson, who similar only had a legendary, and then they made him a reward for one of these. So I think they're doing it.
But I feel like there's players like Sauce Gardner, I believe, only has one moment, right?
Yeah, he has this comment.
Right. I feel like, and you don't want to load up on too many, but like usually the rookie season is the one where like you want to kind of get a couple moments from a guy.
Yeah, and I agree. Especially like a Sauce Gardner where he's having a good season. He's one of the better corners, for sure.
And even Trayvon Walker, even if like, again, I think Trayvon Walker could probably have a rare considering PJ Walker has a rare. I think that he is rare worthy considering he was the first pick overall, even if he ends up sucking.
Yeah.
I just think that having he's had enough moments.
Yeah. He's got to have
a
rare moment though. So he has to have that defining moment that qualifies to be that, what makes that moment. So.
And I understand that, but again, if you look at Aaron Rodgers' legendary moment, not that legendary. He throws like an out route to like Mercedes Lewis or something.
Yeah.
My point being is that I feel like he's done enough this season that I know from watching the games that he could have some. Again, I use the Jaguars as an example because it's a team I know, but I feel like there's some other players that are on the team that could have some low count moments, like Evan Ingram starting to come on. He could have like a low level comp. Maybe not another one of him. Maybe not another one of him.
The Jags are probably a playoff team, right? So they're looking like they're going to be a playoff team. So I would say they'll be, there's going to be some of those like trade, like I would, and I think as a Jaguar fan, you're going to want moments from your playoff game. So I don't know if it's Trayvon Walker or Evan Ingram or whoever performs, but whoever shows up, like, again, it's like you're going to want to remember, like, hey, the Jags made the playoffs and the Jags, maybe they win a game, right? So it's like, I think you'll see moments, like for playoff teams, I think we'll see more moments come from like week 18 for any team. Like we have like the fortune right now of having, some teams that are like, will they make it? Won't they? Like we have next week, I think we have we have two games that decide which team makes the playoffs, right? We have the Jags-Titans, and the winner goes, and then we have the Lions-Packers, and basically the winner of that game goes. So I think we'll see some moments come out of those games, especially if they're competitive or exciting, and then I think we'll see moments out of the wild card weekend there. So I wouldn't so I hear what you're saying around the Jags, but I think it's like,
it's not around the Jags. I think that, again, I feel like they're using the star power of the NFL, and they're creating a lot of moments of the stars. And I feel like they're going to flood the market. I know what they're doing, and I know why they're doing it, but there's like a balancing act to it. And again, I thought the Aiden Hutchinson, great, and I even thought the Aaron Rodgers, because he doesn't have that many common rare moments, maybe they could get by that, and maybe the Tyreek Hill was like decent. But what is it? I feel like they did a Joe Burrow one, and then they're doing some of these crafting challenges. I think like the Keenan Allen's not that bad because he doesn't have that much.
Well, TJ Watt's a good one for that. But at the end of the day, though, it's like I hear what you're saying, but the stars will still like command, like even like the low end Joe Burrows and Josh Allen's, even though they both have tons of moments, even their lowest commons, their non-debut common moments, are both still more than the debut moments of most of the defensive players that are available. So, I hear what you're saying, and I get that you personally don't like that, but the market says otherwise. The market says, hey, we like the stars. We want more of the stars. And especially if you're, a collector of the actual moments and you like to watch the moments, I think especially as like we get into the playoffs, buckle up, because it's going to be more Burrow, more Allen, more Mahomes, more like
I know, and that's
people that's going to happen.
But
if you don't want to see those moments, then you got to find, then other players got to make standout plays, and they'll get those moments.
Well, they do. I mean, like
Gabe, like last year, right? Good example. Gabe Davis, 4 touchdowns in that game, got a legendary moment out of it.
And they will, and that'll happen. And I feel like there'll be plenty of those that'll come out. But we know that whatever quarterback goes to the Super Bowl, let's say it's like a Mahomes or a Burrow or whoever it is, there's going to be umpteen. I mean, look at how many Matt Stafford's moments are like out of control.
Yeah. Well, but here's a good example. Look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has just got a second moment. Or no, maybe does he have a? No. I'll have to look now. But I believe he may just be getting just his second moment. Does he have a rare or a legendary?
He's got a rare, and he's got a rare. He's in launch codes, and then he's got
so launch code seasons 2 though, right? He didn't have it in season. He only had one
season 1.
Really?
He had 2 seasons. Yeah.
Well, all right. But again, I mean, here's a guy who could be potentially in the Super Bowl, and he only has 2 moments.
Yeah, and I'm great with that. I feel like going into the playoffs, that's fantastic. That's a good that right there is great.
Right. So,
I think
if the Eagles make a run, you're going to see a lot of Jalen Hurts moments. That's all I'm saying.
And rightfully so. And that's.
But why wouldn't you then see? Like, I get what you're saying, but it's at the same time, if Burrows or Allen or Mahomes or whoever is making plays, or if it's Trevor Lawrence, you're just like whoever it is, they're going to make plays. They deserve those moments, and people are going to want those moments.
Right. And what I'm saying is that prior to them making those playoff moments, let's not build them up with so many moments, so then when we get to the playoffs, then we get more on top of that.
Well, yeah, and I think the one thing I think that one thing that All Day has done really well is they realized we cannot keep doing drops and just flooding the market, and so they stopped. And now
Right.
they haven't done a drop for a while, in fact. And so on top of that, the way that they're getting new moments out is they're saying, okay, we're only going to take the best of the best, and we're going to make them crafting challenges, or not, crafting challenges, or we're going to make them rewards for Playbook.
Sure.
And so they're
Yep.
getting new moments out there, but they're doing a really nice job of limiting it so that people
Yes.
aren't, there's not just like this like glut of, like moments that are just getting dropped on the market. So I'm
Right.
actually appreciative. Like I think they're being smart about how they're doing it right now. They're kind of biding their time in hopes that they can, like I think what they're doing is waiting just like everybody else. They're hoping, hey, this crypto thing starts taking off, in 23, and by September things are, picking up, and we're going to hit our stride and really be, moving in the next season.
Right. And then we'll do pack drops every other day. So
I mean, yeah, because if they're, and which they'll need to do, because there'll be, if there's thousands of people trying to get them, then that's what's going to happen. What'll be really
Right.
interesting to me is if you think about this product, if it does take off, like there's a lot of season 1 collectors, but a lot of season 2 is getting burned and they have low counts. Season 2, like, and I know you and I have talked about this before, but season 2 could be kind of that lost season that everybody was like, I'm gonna wait and see, and just burn season 2 because season 1's like where it's at because that's where it was with Top Shot. But season 2 might wind up being kind of that squeeze season where there isn't a lot in season 2 moment wise, and
Right.
that might wind up actually being where a lot of the value gets created.
I'm starting to think that as well, because that was the time where they started lowering the counts and they started kind of overcorrecting. Where you started to see. I mean, one that comes to mind is the Broncos team moment debut, 4,500 of it. You didn't see that in season 1. Only if it was a rare, you started seeing these low common amounts. So I feel like there's some moments in there where it's like, you don't know, like how many will actually be around, and a lot of them are getting burnt up, like you said. So I will be interested to see that. But again, there's something about season 1 that just has
there is, and there will be, and
there's always going to be that
big name debuts. So I'm not saying like season 1 will have more overall value. What I'm saying is there are going to be, season 2 is going to have these sneaky moments that no one thought were going to be valuable that are going to wind up being, like, again, I'm trying to think of a good example, but it may even be like some rookie who, like, for instance, let's take the guy for the Jets, Bryce Hall.
Bryce Hall?
Is it Breece Hall? Breece Hall.
Breece Hall.
So Breece Hall was like, when we saw him right away, he looked amazing. Like, he looked like he was going to be one of the top 5 running backs in the entire NFL that season. And he gets hurt and he's out for the whole season. And people have like pretty much forgotten about him because he has no utility or any of that. So he's like a 4 or 5, maybe a $6 moment right now. And like, he comes back next year and he's playing and he's balling out, and the market picks up or whatever. That's a moment where people are, like, that thing could all of a sudden just like absolutely take off. I mean, I know like we've been in this long enough, but we remember when like some of these common rookie moments were going for like 80, 90, $100. And now, they're all down so far. So there's a player right there where, especially if he winds up being as good as he looked like he could be.
Yeah.
Never know.
I mean, Javonte Williams is another one.
Elijah Mitchell. Yeah. I mean, those are both series 1, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. I guess we're just spitballing at this point, but I just, I look at, a guy like Javonte Williams where it's just like these guys get forgotten about, they get hurt, and all of a sudden they're going for $4, and it's like, come September, like when it's everybody's getting geeked up for the season again, we'll see.
Yeah. Here's Breece. Breece is going for $5.
Yeah. I mean, he's been going for 4 and 3, and I mean, yeah.
Doesn't look like well, yeah, maybe looks like 4, but I didn't see.
He was going for 3 at one point. I know I picked up a couple.
Did you? I mean, I'm sure he did, but let's say he's pretty solid in the $5 to $6 range.
Right. Got it. What did he get burnt, or like how many have been burnt of Breece?
289 are burned. Not many.
200. Okay. Yeah,
So-
people are being smart about that. So let me pitch a question to you now that we've kind of talked about all that.
Yeah.
Week 18 is coming up.
Yep.
Bears are out, Browns are out. All these teams are going to start dropping off what's going to happen?
Well, I mean,
What do you?
human
what's
nature
your,
would
what's,
say, yeah. I'll tell you what I hope's
Nostradamus,
gonna
tell
happen.
us what's going to happen.
I'm hoping, and here's what I hope and I think is going to happen is I think that people are going to go, all right, I'm going to sell. I'm going to get, I'm start selling stuff off. I think the product's going to drop, right? So I think some of these moments are going to go down. I think we're going to see, especially, any player that isn't, involved in postseason, that people are going to start offloading them because fantasy's done, and all that's left is the playoff run. So, me personally, I am hoping. I think people are going to try to cash out as early as possible. So, I think prices will still, they won't get down as low, but I think what we'll see is like prices will start kind of tapering down, and then post Super Bowl, they're just going to sink. Like they're going to, go down. Maybe we'll see the $1 moments at that point. I mean, we've seen $2 moments, so I don't think it's unreasonable. But I could certainly see like, especially some of these like kind of, the guys that no one's really collecting anymore. I could see getting down to the 2 range, 2 consistently and some $1 moments, and then I could see the rares, probably getting into like that $20, like right at that $20 mark, with some, some people dumping into the low teens. And then legendaries, I think, will come down a little bit, but I think the legendaries are starting to get to a place where they seem to be finding kind of their footing and actually have gone up a little bit in value. So I don't know if enough of them have just exchanged hands that now the people who have them are just the holders and that's that, or if people will panic and sell those out. But I definitely see the rares and commons dipping. Like I said, I'm also hoping that happens too, just because personally, like I'm in this. I believe in it long term, so I'll be loading up. Like if Brees Hall's going for $2, I'll buy them all. Like I'll own 10,000 Brees Halls and just call it a day. So
there you go. Well, I just want to go ahead and put my 2 cents in that. I think Dapper, NFL All Day, I think they're going to do something. I think they see this about to happen, and I feel like you're going to see an initial surge of, week 18, you're going to start to see some drop off with like these teams that are out. And then I feel like they're going to drop a bombshell. They're going to do something and they're going to change it up, and they're going to make everybody like, we've talked about staking. I think they're going to do something, and they're going to rattle the market, and everybody's going to be like, holy shit, didn't see that coming. And I think everybody's going to get like kind of weirded out, and they're going to feel like they got a hold. Now, I feel like eventually it might taper down.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're going to do something to get them through the Super Bowl, and like there's going to be, I feel like there's going to be like a big announcement or something on the horizon that's going to rattle the whole system and make people hold on. Well, I think everybody's expecting a drop, and I think that drop will happen. And I think if you want to get those moments at a low price, I think week 18, after the game's complete, I feel like you're going to see drop.
Maybe after the challenge, because it's not going to be week 18. It's going to be after that challenge, after that playbook ends.
Well, yeah. I think like you were saying, people are going to cut out early. I think you're going to see some of these people start cutting out early and saying, you know what, I'll skip on that challenge and just get out early and get my money.
Well,
and I think you're going to see a drop, and then you're going to see an announcement, and then it spike back up, go into the Super Bowl. It's going to go for a while and then slowly taper down.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what this, like, the greater point is that nobody knows what the hell's going to happen, right? So I think
that's true.
What it is a good, a good marker for is don't put all your eggs in one cost basket, right? Like, there's a lot of people who you read in the Discord, and they're all waiting for dollar moments. Like, that's what they're waiting for. They're like not buying now. They're like waiting for $1. And who knows? Maybe Dapper gets their shit together and it never gets to $1, and those people never get in. And then, it's, if you keep waiting for it to go down, and you do, and it never, all of a sudden it turns and skyrockets and you miss your opportunity, that stinks. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying, go all in tomorrow. I'm saying, the whole, whatever, the dollar cost averaging, right? So if you believe in a guy, right? Like, so let's say we'll say I've hitched my wagon to Brees Hall today. I'm not going to buy all my Brees. I'm not waiting for $1 to buy Brees Hall, right? Like, if I believe in him, I'm buying him at $5. And then if he drops to 4, I'm buying him at 4. And then if he drops to 3, I'll buy a few more at 3. And that way you're getting him, it's like, you don't wait for like trying to catch that lowest point or whatever. I mean, obviously $1 is the lowest point, but it's just, there's no guarantee it goes to $1. So
right. And if it does go to the dollar, who's to say that the market doesn't get flooded with new users and make it, nearly impossible?
Yeah, they bring in the kids. They'll bring in the kids.
God, that's what I've been saying, man. And here they come. The kids are out there with their pitchforks. They're waiting to get in. Let us in.
I know. And if there's dollar moments, those kids are going to flood the market.
Seriously.
No, I kid, but seriously, like, yeah, no pun intended. But yeah, so like, yeah, we'll see. I mean, my point is like, it's just, I don't know. Like, again, it's NFL, it's NFTs, it's collectible. I don't know. It feels like it's going to be difficult for this to fail long term.
Got it. Okay, next question is let's talk some actual football here.
All right.
We got playoffs coming up. We know who's kind of out. We basically know who's in.
There's a couple in the air, but yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple good games. We've got we've got a Jaguars Titans game, and we've got a Packers Lions game, and a few other ones that got some implications. It should, maybe some seeding. I don't think like the Chargers and Ravens are dead set, and I don't know if the Dolphins are in and out. The Steelers are still working their shit out, so that's more on the AFC side. And then have the Buccaneers clinched yet?
Yes,
they have clinched. So there's
one
spot
they beat the Panthers
left.
that clinched.
Okay, is there one spot in the NFC at this point? Because the Giants clinched too.
Yep, the Giants have clinched so that would leave what, 2 spots then? Because it's the Eagles.
Oh, because the
Giants.
Buccaneers would be a
division.
division
no, the Cowboys
winner.
have clinched too. So that's
so that would
2
be
wild card spots that have clinched. So there's 1 wild card spot left. My understanding is it's the winner
because the
of
Eagles,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So the winner of the Lions and Packers takes that spot.
Right, and the Seahawks are somehow still in the mix.
I think it's if they tie and the Seahawks win.
My understanding was if the Packers win, they're in. If the Lions win, they need the Seahawks to lose.
Oh, they do. Okay.
I think.
Who do the Seahawks play?
That was my
next
understanding.
Week? They play the
Rams.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, we won't speculate too much on that because that'll be old news in a jiffy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, all right. Let's talk 2 games real quick. Jags Titans. Who's winning it?
Oh gosh, it pains me to say this. I'm gonna say Jaguars are gonna win it.
Yeah,
I am.
I mean, dude, Tannenhill's out. Derrick Henry's not healthy. There's no way. There's the
Jaguars have historically played bad in Tennessee. I just feel like
they also historically played bad against the Texans, and they beat the shit out of them. So
that's
I
true.
know, like,
I guess
you're
as a fan,
superstitious
I'm
it's your
hesitant
team.
to say they're
I get it. I totally get it. But I'll just say, as a non-Jaguars fan and someone who couldn't give a shit about the AFC South really, outside of making fun of you when the Jaguars fail, I will say Jaguars. Like, of all the teams in the AFC South, the Jaguars are the team that should be in the playoffs. They are the most exciting team of the AFC South, the most talented team of the AFC South, and I think the only team in the AFC South that has even a remote chance of winning in the playoffs.
Anything.
So, Jaguars. And again, not a Jaguars fan, but I'm going to say it. Like, I think they're fun to watch. I enjoy watching them. I think they're exciting. They're still growing and stuff, but they're fun to watch. So I think they'll be in the playoffs. All right, now.
Got it.
Packers Lions. Who's winning that game? I know who you want, but who's winning that game?
I think the Lions are going to win.
Yeah,
I think the Packers have been so up and down.
Yep.
And I think everybody's pretty much determined that the Packers are going to win.
Yeah.
Because the Packers always win.
Yeah.
But God, the Lions just put up a lot of points.
Yeah, they do.
And they want this game bad, and they
do.
got a different vibe to them. They're a different Lions team.
Yeah. No. Jared Goff's going to get fucked. Here's the thing. Like, if you look, the reason the Packers have won the last, 4 or 5, however many games they've won, they are creating turnovers. They are turning the ball over at I think they have 12 turnovers in the last 4 games. And the thing with the Lions is that is exactly what kills the Lions when they lose, turnovers. So, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to tell you right now, I would love to see the Lions beat so I would love to watch the Packers lose to the Lions. That would make me so happy. I will be rooting my ass off.
Who won the first meeting between the Packers?
The Lions did. Remember, that was the one where they did the whole little pass over the thing and whatever. The line, at the goal line. The Lions won the first game. The Packers will win this game. The Packers will win this game, and because it just that's the way it is.
Historically, yes, I know the Packers will win this game.
Hey,
I'm going to go on gut feeling. I'm going to say
be
Jaguars win, Lions win. Mm-hmm. It's a new NFL.
All right, I got Jags and Packers. We'll see what happens. We're not waiting a month for our next episode, so we can definitely talk about this next one. So.
Perfect.
All
right. Well, let's bounce out of here. It's been a good one. It's good to be back. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy New Year, everyone.